Hi, this is Sujata. Today I am going to discuss about current affairs from April 10th to April 16. First coming to introduction, today I am going to discuss about international news, national news, business news and finally science and technology news. First coming to international news, former banker Guillermo Lasso won UK's presidential election. Morphle volcano on Caribbean island of St. Vincent. Pentagon chief declares ironclad US commitment to Israel. China Russia undermine Myanmar response. Israel says it will work closely together with US on Iran. Austin makes first Israel visit by Biden official. Iran on the agenda. Mr. Austin was due to meet Netanyahu and Israel Defense Minister Benny Gantz during the two-day visit, which officials said would include discussions of US arms supplies to Israel. Iran unveils advanced nuclear centrifuges. Iran announced it has started up advanced uranium enrichment centrifuges in a breach of its undertakings under a troubled 2015 nuclear deal. US warns of consequences to Russian aggression in eastern Ukraine. The Biden administration is carrying review of its policies against Russia over its escalating aggression in eastern Ukraine. EU to negotiate major contract extension with Pfizer. India is a trusted partner but limited cooperation with Pakistan, Russia says. Japan's Toshiba president steps down amid acquisition talks. South Korea seeks international litigation over Japan's Fukushima water decision. South Korean President Moon Jae-in ordered officials to explore moving an international court over Japan's decision to release water from its Fukushima nuclear plant. New Zealand bans live cow exports due to welfare concerns. Taiwan's Pegatron to build Tesla parts plant in Texas. Joe Biden proposes summit meeting with Vladimir Putin. US to withdraw troops from Afghanistan by September 11. The US will begin its drawdown of troops in Afghanistan before May 1st and complete the process before September 11. Egypt sues Megaship over nearly 1 billion compensation. NATO votes to support Ukraine warns Russia on troop buildup. US recommends pause for Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine over clot reports. UK variant more transmissible but does not increase COVID-19 severity. India China policy needs new thinking. The border crisis of 2020 has brought India's relations with China to a crossroads. Iran starts enriching uranium to 60%, its highest level ever. China poses single biggest geopolitical test for US in 21st century. Turkey bans use of cryptocurrencies for payments, sends Bitcoin down. Drone targets US troops at Iraq's Erbil airport. US imposes new sanctions on Russia. USA announced sanctions due to the Kremlin's US election interference, a massive cyber attack, and other hostile activity. India accounts for 6% of the world's COVID 19 cases registered in April. France urges its nationals in Pakistan to leave the country after violent protests by radical religious group. Taiwan US partnership stronger than ever, former US official says. US envoy John Kerry in China for talks ahead of climate summit. US NATO troops pulling out of Afghanistan will raise concern for India, says experts. Next, coming to national news. Award to Hall for innovating training practices. Karnataka witnessing Vijayendra attacks. India will raise climate ambitions but are not under pressure, Prakash Javadekar says. Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar on Monday said India will raise its climate ambitions but not under pressure. He said India will also continue to ask developed countries for finance and support and about their climate actions. Padma Rao to receive Loknayak Foundation Award on April 15. India's national education policy is futuristic, PM Modi says. Oil India Limited acquires majority shares in Assam's Numligarh Refinery Limited. Competition Commission of India defends decision for probe into WhatsApp new privacy policy. Delivery of S-400 missile systems to begin by November. Sushil Chandra assumes charge as Chief Election Commissioner. Haskin Biopharma targets 22.8 crore Covaxin vials a year. Ashok Leland delivers first lot of light bulletproof vehicles to India. Naga tribe declines to pay taxes to extremist groups. ASI closes all temples, monuments under its control in AP. Code of Conduct for Judicial Officers introduced. Former CBI Chief Ranjit Sinha passes away at 68. Center issues guidelines for OCI cardholders. Doctor turns farmer wins award. Why Samsiva Reddy, CEO of Sai Bhaskar Hospitals, has bagged a special award for innovation in farming. India Australia must stand together, says Scott Morrison. Next, coming to business news. Flipkart joins hands with Adani Group. Flipkart joins with Adani Group for logistics and data center related business. Advertisers spent 240 billion on mobile ads last year. Net direct tax rise by 5%. DCCA nod paves way for Sputnik V vaccine import, Dr. Reddy says. Adani Port removed from S&P index due to links with Myanmar military. TCS reports 15% jump in Q4 net profit. Air Canada Kenyan government agree on pandemic bailout. Air Canada and Kenyan government agreed on financing that will allow the airline to access as much as 5.9 billion Canadian to help it recover from the economic damage caused by the pandemic. India must capture all segments of financial market to fuel growth, IMF says. WPI inflation spikes to over 8-year high of 7.39% in March. Flipkart to acquire online travel firm Cleartrip. Amazon announces 250 million fund for SMEs. India can be hardware manufacturing hub. There is an opportunity for India to become a hardware manufacturing location as the world's technology majors have been moving their supply chains out of China over the past 18 months. FCB Vulca Anil Billy Kapoor passed away. ASU says 20% of India's consumer laptop market. India's public debt level among highest in emerging economies. Google unveils 2 billion data hub in Poland. Ramping production of Remdesivir to meet demand, pharma company says. Next, coming to science and technology news. Google's New Year tracking tool called into question by rival search engine. Microsoft in talks to buy AI firm Nuance Communications for about 16 billion. NASA delays Mars helicopter flight for tech check. Musk says Neuralink will enable people with paralysis to use smartphone with their mind. Samsung launches world's first smart monitor with inbuilt OTT apps. Canada's Telesat takes on Musk and Bezos in space race to provide fast broadband. India France sign agreement for cooperation in Gaganayan mission. Turkey finds Google for abusing dominant position. LDC support request made by India South Africa for waiving COVID-19 vaccine. The 46-member grouping of the least developed countries has said it supports a request made by India and South Africa to the World Trade Organization to temporarily suspend intellectual property rights for the COVID-19 vaccine to increase their access in these countries. Alienwave launches first AMD-based laptop in over a decade. US Senator wants to ban big tech from buying anything ever again. Intel to build a fleet of autonomous delivery vehicles. So these are the current affairs from April 10th to April 16th. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.